Okay, hi everyone. My name is Linda Morich. I am the 5th grade level administrator at Highcrest Middle School, and welcome to our very first webinar for 5th grade transition presentation. I know normally we would be doing this in person at our Highcrest auditorium, but for tonight we're going to be online due to all of our other circumstances, and hopefully this is going to work out just fine. So the whole presentation is being recorded and it will be uploaded to the Highcrest website sometime tomorrow. So you can check back tomorrow morning for that. I will also be emailing you again the link to the Google form for questions. So if you do have questions, jot them down or just take note of them, because for this format, it'll be too difficult to be handling questions in real time. So once you submit them to the Google form, I will be reading them this weekend and I will go ahead and answer them, and those answers to your questions will be posted. If you have a question that's very maybe specific just to you and you'd rather email me, please feel free to do so. All right, and so without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and we will go ahead and get started. Let me present this. All right, so again, welcome to Highcrest. Our mascot is the hawk, colors are blue and gold, and we were going to go ahead and get started with our presentation. So here we go. All right, so the agenda tonight is I'm going to give you my presentation. I'll be talking to you for a little while, and I'll review some PTO information that's at the very end. Nobody else will be speaking during this webinar, it'll just be me. Okay, so let's start here. So this is our leadership structure. We have a unique structure here in Wilmette once students leave the elementary setting. So our 5-8 campus is grades 5 through 8, and we are 2 buildings but under 1 campus. And starting for next year, we will have 2 principals. So we'll have Kelly Jackson will be the principal at Highcrest Middle School, and Kate Dominique will be the new principal at Wilmette Junior High School. At each grade level at the 5-8 campus, we have what we call a grade level administrator. We call them GLADs for short. So if there are any students watching, I am your 5th grade GLAD for next year. So I'm kind of like your grade level principal in a way. And we have a 6th grade GLAD also, who is Mrs. Carlson, and so you'll have her next year. And then when you get to the junior high, you'll have Jeff Dees for 7th grade and Eric Reeses at 8th grade. So that is our leadership structure for the 5-8 campus. Our mascot are the Hawks, and we have broken out Hawks into an acronym to mean honest, accountable, welcoming, kind, and safe. And this is really important to us. It's kind of a fiber that runs through Highcrest every single day with everything that we do. We work really hard on building community and positive building culture. And every year we strive to do even more and to be even better at it. And you're going to notice, 5th graders, that as you come in the fall, we're going to be spending a lot of time working with you on building some community within your classroom so that you can make new friends and have a really good, strong relationship within your homeroom. And then extending to that will be your team and your entire house. So we work really hard to keep this continuity of culture and community going within our building. So here are some quick facts about Highcrest in general. Every student that comes into Highcrest will have 1 homeroom teacher. That'll be your base teacher for the entire year. 4 homerooms together form a house. There are 2 teams in each house. There's a core academic team and then 1 learning behavior specialist per house. There are 9 class periods during the day. So this is very different from the K-4 structure. We have core academics, we have reading, writing, math, science, and social studies. We also have physical education, we have creative arts classes, and world language or academic strategies. I'll go over all of those in the coming slides. We also have lunch and recess, which is only with 5th graders. So we will not mix with 6th graders when we have lunch or recess. This diagram really helps explain how we make a big school seem small. You can see the word small up there. So, for example, we have teacher 1 and teacher 2. 1 teacher will be your homeroom teacher and will teach you social studies and ELA. The other will teach you math and science. It just depends on who you have. Together, they form a team. You will also have another teacher who is also social studies and ELA, and then social studies and math science for their homerooms, and they will be a second team. Combined together, they make a house. So we have 4 houses at Highcrest, and they are creatively named House 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? This is a sample, whoops, let's go back for a minute. This is a sample schedule for what your day might look like at Highcrest. So this is not guaranteed. So for example, during the 9 periods, these are all the different classes that you can have. Social studies, math, science, ELA reading, ELA writing, you will all have those classes. You will have a creative arts class, and we'll go over what those options are. You will have lunch and recess, and then you will have physical education. And if you're taking a world language, you will also have a world language class. Homeroom is every single day in the morning for about 15 minutes. Before homeroom, if you sign up to participate in instrumental music, you can participate in band, orchestra, and choir. So those are other options that we have throughout the entire day at Highcrest. And over the course of the next few weeks, 4th grade students, you're going to be meeting the instrumental music teachers, and they'll be showcasing their program for you. Right. Oops, that's going backwards. All right. Creative arts classes. We did talk about this a little bit. So this is our version of specials, those specials classes that you have when you're at the K4 buildings. We have 6 different classes, and each one is a different rotation. They last for 6 weeks. So you will cycle through art, computational thinking, creative communications, exploring digital media, drama, and music. So you will take all 6 of these classes. You do not need to sign up for them. You will go through all 6 of them. And then they rotate into 6-week-long sessions. Every time we get into a new rotation, also, you'll get a new copy of your schedule, and your homeroom teacher will let you know where you need to go and where that class is located in the building. The communication structure at Highcrest is very similar to what you would have experienced at the K4 buildings. We have administration. We have, from the administration, you will receive Highcrest headlines, which will come out in email form from Mrs. Jackson every Friday. You might receive text messages or email from me or from Mrs. Jackson. There's also the Highcrest website, which we do update regularly, and it is a great place full of all kinds of information. I really highly suggest that you go and visit this website and get familiar with all the different links that are there, especially for students. When you start getting involved in Schoology and you have your iPads and you're going to need some tech help, that is a great place to start. We also have a presence on Facebook. We are on Twitter. You can email or call anytime that you have a question or a need, students or parents, and you can always request an in-person meeting with us. From teachers, you can expect weekly or bi-weekly email from the homeroom teachers, frequent progress reports. There may be Friday folders that go home. It depends on the homeroom teacher and their own classroom structure. Each teacher will have a Schoology page, and they will have an online calendar available within Schoology. And I know I've mentioned Schoology a couple of times. Schoology is our learning platform that we use at Highcrest. All of your classes will be connected to Schoology, and we will go over how to access Schoology and how to navigate through it when you start at Highcrest. But that's where you're going to find all of your calendars, all of your teacher assignments. That's where you'll be submitting work. It's pretty comprehensive. It covers every class, and you'll get familiar with it pretty quickly when you start at school. Again, with teachers, you can email, you can call, you can request an in-person meeting. We have conferences only in November. We do not have spring conferences at Highcrest, but again, you can always request to speak to a teacher in person at any time. We will also have a curriculum night in the fall. We're just not sure in what format and at what time, but we will communicate that to you when we figure it out. Okay. All right, tools for school. I know some of you have been working with Chromebooks and different devices at the K4 level. Once you hit the 5-8 campus, you're going to be on iPads, and all 5th graders will be on an iPad, and you will receive one from the district. It will have a case on it and a keyboard. Again, you will be instructed on how to log into Schoology, which is our learning management system, as I mentioned. And these devices and the instruction will be distributed in the first few weeks of school. We will have an orientation, there will be a setup, and we will go through all of that. Again, those dates haven't been set. And given our circumstances, we're not sure how that rollout will look like, but you will receive communication from the district and from Highcrest to let you know so that you'll be well prepared for when school starts. All fifth graders will also have a paper assignment notebook that will come included with your school supply order. And the school supplies list will be posted on the website. You will receive a lock for your locker and color-coded folders so that you can keep track of what subject you have in your binders. Grades and reporting look a little bit different at Highcrest. So we do have report cards at the end of each semester. We look at process, which are kind of learning behaviors, and we use a 3-point scale for those. We look at your academic progress, and we look at them by our learning standards, and those use a 4-point scale. And then there's a product, which is an overall achievement for each class. Those are letter grades. So every quarter, you'll receive a progress report, which will tell you, and it'll tell parents how you're progressing on different standards. And then at the end of each semester, you will receive a letter grade. So we use both systems of reporting. There's a lot of information on the Highcrest website about how we do grades and reporting. So I encourage you to, again, check out the website and to take a look at all of that information. The grading in the class is focused on standards. We focus on growth, and we look at how things are progressing with you as a learner, with the students as learners. We don't just look at how they achieved on a test and then get an overall grade at the end. We really want to look at how you're progressing and how you're learning throughout the year. That has been our focus. Okay, we do have a lot of transition events. Some of them have happened, and of course, as you can see on the list, a lot of them have not been scheduled yet. So you have already participated in selecting your world language. You have already received links for the parent input form, so those have already gone out. I will meet with every single 4th grade teacher to gather input regarding students, and because we are in this e-learning environment, I will be popping in to classroom Zoom or Google Meet meetings for every single 4th grade classroom. So students, you will be able to meet me and ask me any questions you have about me, about Highcrest, about teachers, anything that you want. The only answer I don't have is why we don't have pudding in at lunch anymore. However, aside from that, I'm pretty sure I can answer most of your questions. There will be a class assignment day. That is when you will find out your homeroom teacher in world language. That is still to be determined. You will receive an email. It will not have a full schedule. It will have the information from me regarding the first few days of school. It will also list your homeroom teacher, and it will tell you what world language you have been assigned to. I will also send out information about 5th grade orientation. Again, normally that has been in person. I'm not sure how we will unroll that this year, but we are looking at some options, and we will be communicating that with you over the summer. The first day of school right now has been scheduled for a half day of August 26th. If that changes for whatever reason, you will receive plenty of notification from the district. The first week of school will be with your homeroom teacher and during all of your core academic time. So you won't be switching to your team teachers, and we have a lot of activities that we'll be planning for you. There will be a 5th grade curriculum night, which will be all 5th grade. You can come parents only and meet teachers and just hear about our curriculum and using iPads and how we run our classes here at Highcrest, and you'll be able to meet world language teachers as well and creative arts. There will be more events in the first few weeks of the school year, and again, because of our environment right now, I will be emailing and communicating to you anything that we do schedule and how it will be unrolled. We also have a lot of opportunities for students at Highcrest, which is really neat because the older you get, you have more opportunities to participate in after school or sometimes before school activities. Band, orchestra, and chorus is before school, about 2 or 3 days a week. Depending on what activity you sign up for, that'll let you know where you're supposed to meet in the building. There are concerts also throughout the year. There will be an orientation for all students in September, and that is where the sign up will take place. So the instrumental music department will showcase what they offer to your homeroom classrooms over the next couple of weeks in Zoom or Google meetings. And then in the fall, they will have another showcase opportunity, and we'll give you information at that time about how do you sign up to participate in band, orchestra, or choir, and they will have paperwork and let you look at all the instruments and all of that. So hold tight for that information. It'll be coming to you in August. Our amazing PTO also sponsors clubs after school. We have clubs like High Five Choir, Student Council, Debate, Chess, Minecraft, art, and other intramural activities. So again, watch for those. When those clubs get posted, there will be announcements made in school. You will receive information in the Highcrest headlines with a web link so that you can sign up for these opportunities for these clubs after school. We also offer a Science Olympiad team, Lab 39, and we do have some athletic teams. We offer cross country, wrestling, and then track and field. So these are all different things that students can get involved in at Highcrest. And then of course, as you get older, there will be even more opportunities for you to participate in all kinds of school things. All right, we do have a campus-wide supportive program. If you can see the word program here. We do focus a lot on executive functioning, which just means organization and keeping track of all of your work and all of your assignments. All 5th grade teachers will work on this at the beginning of the year and offer support throughout the year. We also offer a homework completion. It's not really a class, but it's more of a session that is offered during lunch. And we also offer a test completion center. So if you're absent and you miss a test, you can go during your lunch and recess period to make up that test so that you're not missing any of your class time. We do offer WIN classes. It is very different at Highcrest than at the elementary level. At Highcrest, WIN is an actual class. So it requires, in some cases, schedule changes so that we can offer WIN as a support to a student. There are very specific criteria in order to be enrolled in a WIN class. And teachers and I meet regularly to discuss student progress to see if a student truly needs the support. I anticipate at the beginning of the year that WIN classes for 5th grade will not start during the first rotation. We will start at the 7th week of school. We'd like to give homeroom teachers a chance to meet students, to let them get acclimated, to have a rotation where they have their entire full schedule before they would end up being pulled from a class and then rescheduled somewhere else. So please know that if you have a student that normally participated in a WIN intervention at the elementary level, that intervention may not begin at the very beginning of the year. We unroll academics fairly slowly because we understand that the transition to Highcrest is a really important one and a really big one. So we want to make sure that it's done right and it's done in a way that can support the most students. We also have a student handbook, which is available online. We do update it every year, but if you want to go take a look at it now for what we have in place this current year, you're welcome to do so. Again, it's on the website. We do offer a student advisory board at both the 5th and the 6th grade level. We are working with an organization called No Place for Hate, and we are really excited about incorporating all different types of events and activities within the building to build community. We do have a student accountability system. We remind students and they will be able to repeat back what the HAWKS acronym is very early on in the year. We offer Hawk Feathers for merits when we want to acknowledge students for doing amazing things around our building and on our campus for others. And we do issue conduct forms when students need reminders. For conduct forms, any teacher or any staff member within the building can issue one to a student, and once it gets entered into our system, an email is usually generated home to parents. Please know that these conduct forms are just a reminder of what our expectations are in the building, and it's just a reminder for students to, for example, don't run in the hallway. If we have, I will address conduct forms at the beginning of the year to each house, and because students usually have a lot of questions about them. But again, they were just reminders of what our expectations are and how we want students behaving within the building to each other. Okay. All right, again, we really want to make this transition great for you. So we will have an orientation. Again, as I said, I'm not sure how it will look, but we will have one. It'll be student-led and it will be student-involved. Hopefully we'll have some 6th grade buddies and mentors to work with you. and to walk you through just everything that is Highcrest. We want you to make connections to the school. We're going to have a lot of homeroom activities so that you can create new friendships, learn about the school, and learn about our teachers. And hopefully we'll be able to participate in an activity called 5th Grade Connections, where you have a chance to get to know other homerooms on your house. Okay, what about parents? You need something fun for this transition as well. Well, we do have an amazing PTO that is very active at Highcrest. Their purpose is to organize and finance student enrichment. So they help us attend all different types of field trips. They bring in assemblies with different speakers. We work with and to help us work with our outdoor garden classroom. They offer so many different things for our students. It's amazing. There are lots of different events for students and parents throughout the year. Here are a few of them. Again, due to our circumstances right now, I'm not sure how many of these will be able to unroll in the fall and in the spring due to the high participation rate that we have. But we will, I'm sure, we'll come up with other opportunities for students and parents to get to know each other as we go through the next school year. We also partner, the PTO also partners with the school to enhance all kinds of things in our environment. We have Student of the Month breakfast. We offer birthday books. We do have a school store called the Hawks Hut that is available for students every week in the cafeteria during lunch. And then again, those after school clubs that are extremely popular. The communication from the PTO to parents is through the Highcrest Headlines newsletter. And again, that is sent out every single Friday. The PTO website can be found as a link off of our Highcrest website, but here it is again at the bottom of the screen. It's just highcrestpto.org. And again, this whole presentation will be is being recorded, and you will be able to view this at your leisure later if you need to copy down that link. So how do you get involved? Please volunteer. You could be a room parent. Again, I'm not sure how that will work for next year, but we'll see what we can do. In the cafeteria, for maybe to help with the outdoor classroom, school stores, junior grade books, picture day, hanging art around the building. There are all kinds of opportunities to volunteer. And again, as we near the start of the next school year, we will have all kinds of information posted on our website. There are, you can donate to support our enrichment opportunities because they're not paid for by the school or district, all of our field trips and assemblies. And then you can attend the PTO meetings. There are 4 per year, and you can hear from the PTO presidents, the principal, and then participate in different parent education series conversations that might be going on at the time. All right, if you have any questions, please email us. My email is here, Mrs. Jackson's email is here. We are always willing to answer your questions. For the most part, you can email me for anything that's 5th grade related. I am your go-to person for the entire next year. So please, it's not a burden, it's not a problem. Please feel free to call me or to email me if you have questions. Tomorrow, we will hopefully be getting, let me make sure, yeah, I'm all done here. So I'm gonna exit this and you can just maybe see me. Okay, so tomorrow we will be updating the website. There will be a 5th grade resource link on the website. And on that page will be a copy of this recording that you can view. There will be a PDF full of frequently asked questions about 5th grade that has been updated, so you can view that. There will be other links to videos. There is an introduction to Highcrest video that students made that is there. There's an introduction video to academic strategies, which is another class that we offer to some students. That will also be there. And as we move through the rest of this school year, we will have informational videos regarding iPads and Schoology also available to you so that you can start viewing those whenever you want. Also, new this year, because I'm not here in person to give you a tour of the building in person, I did put together a video tour of the building. So that video will also be made available to you so that you can watch it. Please show it to your students or to your children, and they can watch it as many times as they want, and hopefully that will make them feel a little bit more comfortable with the building for when they enter in the fall. So at this time, that concludes the webinar. I feel like I've been talking, well, 30 minutes. And again, this will be posted on the website tomorrow. along with a whole bunch of other information. I will send you another link to the Google form in case you have any questions that you would like me to answer. Again, if it's something very specific about your family or your student, please feel free to reach out through email and I'm happy to respond to you. Okay, thank you very much and have a good night.